So what's your name?
I am Dot. Hi, I'm Dot.
Okay, and that's why I see dots right there.
Yep, and Dot's on the little trailer.
Right, and there's come and meet Dot. Okay, there you go. Okay. So how long have you been here, Dot?
About 2.5 years.
Okay, so you're fairly new.
I mean, I guess that's new in a way. You only have to be here 2 years to make yourself an official slabber. So.
Okay, cool. It's because I've met people that have been here like for over a decade.
Oh yeah, like my neighbor, a good old G. Yeah, no, I'm not an OG. I definitely would consider myself somebody of a second generation slabber. You know, kind of came here, you know, with an idea of making art. Like literally coming here to contribute to the art that is provided in Slab City for people to come and see and enjoy and, you know, see an alternate way of living and maybe get inspired to add more creativity to your life in whatever way you can, you know?
So where do you come from?
Pretty much all over the place. I've always kind of lived, I lived in like 7 states by the time I graduated high school, a whole bunch of different schools. And then after I got married, I still traveled around quite a bit. I did stop and raise my kid in a nice Midwestern state. And then once they were out of the house and I was an empty nester, I did the Nomad life thing and then kind of ended up here in Slab City.
Okay, did you come with your husband or did you come by yourself?
I've been a single woman for probably 20 years now.
Okay, cool.
Maybe not quite 20. We'll say 15.
Okay. So you've been doing, so you've had your business since before you came to Slab City, or you started your business in Slab City?
I mean, this is really just a camp. It's an art camp, you know. I do have some tchotchkes and things that, you know, I upcycle in some way to help make it easier to live out here. But for the most part, it's just a home that I'm trying to have out here, living off-grid and in a creative and welcoming and supportive type of community where they allow you to just follow your dream and do what makes you happy. So, you know.
I see that you sell a lot of different things. So for the people that are gonna watch this video and they could maybe support your business, like what exactly do you sell?
Well, most of the time I find things and I try to upcycle it. So as you can see here, we've got Slab City T-shirts that come in a wide variety of sizes, styles, and are both masculine and feminine, depending on what T-shirts come to me in clothes donations. And then I do sell like little things that I'll make into either keychains or earrings or necklaces. Some of it's stuff that I've made in the past, some of it's stuff that I've found here. Like these are vintage decals that I've put inside of gym glass and then just wire wrapped them to make a cute little pendant, right?
Okay.
So most of the stuff I try to put my hands on it in some way. Okay. If I'm going to sell it, I don't want to just like go buy a bunch of stuff and then sell it. I'd like it to be, you know, of interest. Like this is actual sand from underneath Salvation Mountain that we have in these cute little bottles that makes a cute little keychain, just like you used to get at the beach. And like when I run out of bottles, then those won't be anymore. So it's kind of I have what I have, and it's usually kind of one-of-a-kind things. So yeah.
I see that you have some paintings over there in the back. Those are yours, right?
Yeah, that's my Mermaid Dreaming piece, and then that's the unicorn seahorse, her pirate treasure, and then up inside here is like an immersion art trailer. So you go inside, it's called the Skele-Terrarium, and you are welcome to come around the corner.
Can I go? Okay.
Yes, come on around here and go up inside the trailer and just take a good look around. Because this is really what I'm here to do, is to make these immersion trailers and give you like another way of looking at things. Which this one is really kind of very Halloween-esque, but whatever. Okay. We don't take it down. It's always here. But yeah.
What is this right here? A unicorn?
That's a unicorn seahorse, of course. That's what the Mermaid rides.
Oh, wow. And what do we have here? A dinosaur? A T-Rex?
Yeah, a friend of mine made that. They had, I think they used a plasma cutter, and they made all the pieces like one of those wooden ones that you can get, right? And then remade all the pieces with nice metal and then reformed it like that. So that is an original art piece by a friend of mine, which I wish I could remember their name off the top of my head. It's a friend of a friend, of course. Those happen. But yeah, and those are bones and skeletons that I've found from around. That mask up there was made by a former resident. Yep, those are bones from down by the Salton Sea.
Oh, cool.
So that's why we call it the Skele-Terrarium.
Mm.
And then Mystic Valerie over here to the right as you come up. Oh, you can keep going.
What's this right here?
Oh no, that mask was made by my friend Skele. He was here around Halloween, my first Halloween. So it was, so I say 2.5 years. It'll be 3 years in February. So we're coming up on, you know, the 3rd Halloween and stuff like that. So that's kind of fun. But
Okay.
yeah, he made that the first year he was here.
And,
I usually make masks for Halloween.
Oh, okay, nice.
That's Mystic Valerie. Yeah. The creepy snake coming out of her mouth. Yeah. My collection of stuff. Oh,
I think
the
the cat-
Ninja Kitty.
I think the cat wants to be filmed.
She loves it. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the kind of stuff you get to see, and it goes on back through there. And I'm always adding to it.
Whoa, is that a real deer?
It is. It is. And I am on the hunt for a cute patch to put over its eye because the eye is a little damaged. And it's also missing its ears. So I'm thinking about putting some rabbit ears on there.
Okay.
Yeah, make it into like a chupacabra or something, you know.
That's funny. Oh, look, that's a mermaid right there, the skeleton of a mermaid.
Yes, of course. A mermaid in the tub. The skeleton of one. What else would you expect a mermaid to be in the desert beside a skeleton?
Right. Well, I mean, what about the Salton Sea?
It's a little toxic for the mermaids now. I didn't find any mermaid bones down there though.
No.
They're just bird bones and fish bones.
So,
But yeah.
so do you play piano?
No,
or?
that was here when I got here. So it's
Yeah.
an ode to a former resident for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if people want to buy something from your little store, how could they get a hold of you?
Pretty much you have to come out here and visit me if you want to buy something.
Oh, you don't have Facebook or anything?
I do. I mean, if you want to, at Dorothy's Journey is the Instagram. That's an easy way to get a hold of me. And then thehouseofdots@gmail.com is another way. Maybe eventually I'll have a little Etsy store or something. But for the most part, it's kind of an in-person type of thing. You know, we're still an IRL kind of person.
Okay, sounds good.
Right on.
I think that's enough footage from that.
Well, I do have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
The House of Dots.
Okay.
Yep, and there's some Slab City videos on that too. So.
Okay. So what kind of like videos are they gonna see at the House of Dots?
They're art projects from the very first week that I was here. So all the way back to the first week I was here till now are videos of all sorts of different things that I've tried, like ways I tried to stay cool in the summer, or trying to fight off the ant colonies that invade your camp halfway through the summer, or all sorts of other things like that. They're fun. They're like only a minute long. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. So when you got here, where exactly what state did you come from?
Oh, well, see, I've been traveling for a while by that point. So I was traveling down the coast, the west coast, down the one. I started on the 111 or 101, and then to the one, and then came all the way down to Imperial Beach and got really close to going to Mexico. And then at the time, the border, everything was shut down. The government was shut down. You know, we've had more government shutdowns than people want to remember. I think we just forget about that. But yeah, if you were traveling during one of these government shutdowns, they would shut down like all the state parks and stuff. And so it made things very difficult for people who were trying to just travel and like camp and like kind of live cheap or free or whatever. It got challenging because they shut stuff down. And so I ended up out here in Slab City, and I just really liked it, and so I ended up staying. So like where I came from before this, like I said, a Midwestern state, raising the kids. So, and then once I got on the road, it was like Louisiana, Tennessee. I spent a lot of time down in Florida. I really liked Florida. That was fun. Northwest Washington, Oregon. You know, so I traveled all over. Really liked the United States.
So the last government shutdown, I can't remember. I remember when I think
it was 2019. I think it was the beginning of 2019 because I got here in February of 2019. So it was a Trump thing.
You said that you were thinking of going to Mexico?
No, I mean, it was just I got all the way down the one, and then the next exit would have been to go to Mexico. So I was going to go to Joshua Tree, and then I forgot. I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to go to Slab City, and so pop by here.
Okay, so you were not it didn't cross your mind to actually go live in Mexico?
No. Now it does sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What part of Mexico? Mexicali?
No, I would probably go on south, way south, like down to like the bottom portion of, I can't remember, Cape, what is it? Cape something down there at the very, very bottom. I went down with somebody all the way down the intersection of Mexico, almost all the way down to the tip. And then we turned around and came back. And I kind of wish we would have gone all the way down.
Okay, I'm heading out.
Right on. We'll see you later.
All right. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Is it okay if I get you on video?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, my name is Mark.
Your name is Mark, and do you live here in Slab City?
No, I just visit every once in a while. I like it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just twice, 3 times a year.
Okay, so you're just visiting right now. Are you actually staying like for a few days?
Oh yeah. I'll be here probably 2-3 weeks.
Okay, cool. And where do you come from?
Riverside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not bad.
All right.
Not too far away.
Yeah,
2 hours.
Yeah. I actually live in Island, so I'm here.
You live in Nyland?
You said that.
Yeah, I'm like here. So that's why I figured out I would just come and make my whole YouTube channel about Slab City.
Of course.
Yeah.
Take care. Nice
Right.
to meet you.
All right.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
See you, Don.
See you later,
man. So you have thought about going to Mexico. Like, what about Mexico attracts you?
Well, I don't know. When I drove down through Mexico, it wasn't much different than like Southern California and Imperial County. It seemed like as you go over the border, things don't change that much, and it just seemed like, I don't know. I liked it. I posted it on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you need a Halloween costume,
Oh, you know what? I actually seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like my little
Yeah.
sign? And don't video this guy. Though. Go this way.
No.
Like just not that trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where the pool was. You get a little shot of that if you want.
Oh, cool.
Right? Neat little room, right?
Yeah.
So you can see how a 10-foot round pool would fit in there. And then I did have a tarp over it. The shade cloth didn't really cut it as shade for the amount of intensity. Right now, it's beautiful. But in the summer, it didn't do enough. So I actually just put a big tarp over the whole, like, just hung it. It was great. That's where I sleep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Here's a light TV that I'm painting. Not everybody needs to know I have that. Although, good luck, man. It's fucking cake. All right.
So you got this entire bus?
Did you not see this in Nyland?
No.
I bought it from Dane in Nyland.
Really?
Yeah,
Where?
it was actually, this used to be the old chapel that came into Nyland and out to the slabs and would save people. It was the Clearwater Fellowship, and it came through in like the 70s and 80s, I think. Something like that.
Oh, wow.
And it was, they had taken all the seats and turned them around and flipped them so they were backwards, and they would do little services in one end of it, and then they had like a bookstore up in the front for Christian books, and then they would have a pool in there so you could get saved, and then they had an outdoor pool for the kids who needed to be saved.
So did you get saved?
Oh no, I was a baby at that time. I wasn't even here yet. This is just more like slab history that has made its way to the House of Dots, and it has history that like people that even people who've been here for 10 and 12 years don't even know the story behind this bus.
Yeah, it's the first time I'm hearing it.
Right? It's the true. So it traveled like all out, like, you know, Bombay Beach, down here, just all around. It was kind of a mobile church service. But yeah, you can step up in there and do a video down it. It's kind of awe-inspiring to anyone who loves clothes.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, it's full of. So if you want to, do you sell clothes or what?
I do actually. We call it the Vintage Bus Boutique. So I do trades.
So then I could promote this on the video, on my channel. Be like, if you want to buy some clothing from the what is this bus called again? What do you call it?
I call it the Vintage Bus Boutique.
If you want to buy clothing from the Vintage Bus Boutique from Dot to Slab City, I'm gonna leave her information down in the description. Okay, so man, this is crazy.
Right?
This is better than Macy's.
Ah, there's even tags on a lot of stuff.
Really?
My friends have been having a ball today because there's like only a couple days in the year where I let all my friends come over and just like whatever, and this is the give back to the slabs day because it's Halloween, so people want costumes. So they'll come over and they'll like find stuff, and then shoes are typically Cinderella around here. Because if I find the right person that fits the shoe, often it's like, oh, those are your shoes.
It's a miracle.
Yes, it is. Because they come and they're often not my size. Like, that's too big, the other ones are too small. Yeah. So, but a 7.5, if you're a 7 or a 7.5, I've got an insane shoe collection for you.
Well, there you heard it. If you're a 7 or a 7.5, make sure that you contact Dots and she'll go ahead.
Yeah, and these are shoes that have all been destroyed in some way from something. They just kind of make their way outside. I mean, people pick them up sometimes and it'll be like, no, these are still good. I'm like, yeah, I bet the sole's gonna, yep, see, I told you. Before I came to Southern California, I had no idea that Southern California was part of Mexico up until like it wasn't that long ago that we had that war. And so like it just changes your whole perspective when you come here and you're living in something that has always seemed like on the other side of the world, and it's like so not so different, and everything's just, it's pretty chill. I mean, I love the flippin' desert, and it is sad though that I don't think this is all supposed to be as desert as it is, because the Colorado River is supposed to be flowing on south past Mexicali and out through down to the, what is it, I guess the Gulf of California down there or whatever, and not stopping right here and going back north. So that has had a big impact on the way that the land here has become this arid desert that it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't really know because they did that 100 years ago. So it's not like we have somebody here going, no, it used to be really plush and beautiful. Maybe, but you know what they call you? A liar. They go, no, it was always desert. You don't remember. It was always a desert. No, I remember we used to have grass. No, we never had grass. So, I mean, I'm just saying, we don't really know because that's been there since like the early 1900s is when they put that canal in and redirected a huge water flow that would have created who knows what kind of water down in this area. Maybe not all the way up here, but we do know that the Salton Sea has always been a disappearing lake bed. It comes and goes based on how much the water levels are changing and shifting. So we know that. But it is right now, because we've changed so many rivers and all these dams and all this all over, it's changed so much that we won't know until Mother Earth does what it's doing right now, which is taking it back.
So do you plan on staying like permanently in Slab City?
No, I never plan on staying permanently anywhere. I've been a nomad my whole life. So we're just hanging out, enjoying it. Like I said, as long as I'm having a good time and people are appreciating what I'm doing and telling me that they like what I'm doing, I'm going to keep doing it. And it's really just a pretty fun place to live. Most people come here because it's like almost like an adult Disneyland now. So you come and get to see this cool, odd artwork, meet some cool, odd individuals, and most people are pretty welcoming nowadays. So I don't know. I'll be here for a while, but no, not forever.
Okay, and you said that as a little girl, you would I imagine it was your parents, right, traveling from different place to place.
Yeah. Just the industry that my dad was in, it required a lot of moving. We weren't military brats, but just moving around a lot from state, like all over, pretty much the east area more than anything else.
What did your dad do, if you don't mind?
He was a civil engineer, built highways. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So, and he did the airport. The big one in Atlanta. That one's always fun. I love to go to the Atlanta airport and envision my father being involved with like the original construction of that. He's passed away now.
Okay.
But yeah, and that was supposed to be like the biggest airport in like the world or some shiz when they built that thing in Atlanta. It was a big deal. And yeah, it's a big airport. It's huge. It's got like a subway system. And if you ever have a chance to go to Atlanta, you know how big that airport is. It's a city all its own.
Okay, I've never been there.
Yeah.
So you guys were, if your dad was a civil engineer, then you guys were financially financially well off.
Technically, I would say middle, like more middle America, because my mom was a stay-at-home mom. So if we would have had a dual income family, then yeah, it would have probably put us in a completely different kind of bracket. But for the most part, we lived in like rural type towns, like not usually in the city. We'd usually live like outside of the city, so we could have a couple acres or, maybe a little pond or something to keep, like, my parents were from, the Richmond and Virginia and like over in like areas where you didn't necessarily have a lot of land, but you had a little bit of privacy. And so they've always liked that. So we never really lived in a city or anything until I moved to Baltimore. So, yeah.
Okay. And then, like, around what age did you get married?
Did I say I had an ex-husband?
Yeah, you did. You forgot already, or what?
Oh, no. I just don't always mention it.
Yeah, you said that.
So,
you said that you've been a single woman for about 20 years, and then you had gotten
we
married.
got married pretty young. Yeah. So I mean, I was happy to have my kids young, so in my 20s, and then it lasted for like, I don't know, 14, 15 years. And then I don't know, once I got divorced, I just never really saw a reason to get back involved in any kind of a relationship that would guide my passions. And I just find it hard to be in a relationship and continue on my path and be able to support someone else who probably also is passionate about something. And so I just find right now it's better if I'm just forging ahead on my own and doing it my way. And maybe someday somebody will come along that is a partner in crime. And it could be, a man, a woman, who knows? I have no idea. But at this point in my life, it's just pretty much on my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long were you married for?
I don't even know.
No.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people who really cares about how many years I was married. Honestly, I don't even think we really kept up with it. It was one of those things, when it was over, it ended. And then, moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the best thing that you like about Slab City?
Oh my goodness. I think it's finally finding a community that, even though I maybe don't feel like I fit in 100% here either, I feel like I fit in here more than I have pretty much anywhere else I've ever lived. That I have true friends. I mean, I've had true friends in my past. I don't want to discount any people that have ever been, wonderful to me in my life. But I just feel like here is the first time that it's just, it's so hard to like put the words for it, because it's like this community that it's like you went camping and nobody left going camping, and you're just all still hanging out camping. So a lot of your day is spent in a leisure way, and you kind of have the time to do the things you want to do, spend time with the people you want to spend time with, and it just makes it a pleasurable way to live. Instead of being focused on, I got to get to my job by 9, and then I have my lunch break for a half an hour. Maybe I can meet everybody after work for a happy hour, and then, I don't want to drink too much because I got to get up for a big business meeting in the morning, and then do that every freaking day. And then on the weekends, you only kind of get to be off because you're really kind of a slave to your job, trying to make sure that you have the money all together to make sure that you pay for this house that you're never going to fucking pay for because the economy's going, and you're just like, I don't even know what to do. So someplace like here becomes pretty desirable when you start looking at life from that perspective, and you get on the other side of it where you don't have to have a house and you don't have to have all of those things anymore. It's just, and you find a place that you can live that way.
Yeah, I understand, because you gotta get up every morning, you gotta work to pay the bills. If you don't pay the bills, you lose your house, you lose your car.
Electricity, I mean, everything. Imagine living in a house with no electricity. So out here, we're off grid. Most people get some solar. You start small. Maybe you have just one battery, and then somebody's upgrading their system and they trade you a couple more batteries. And before you know it, you've got a few batteries and some lights at night and fans in the summer. And, over time, you just kind of make stuff work.
So do you have solar panels? What do you have? How do you do it?
I have just a couple solar panels. I don't have one of the big Mac Daddy systems out here. Some people have some pretty significant systems. You can see them when you drive around. I just have two 350-watt panels. So, and then like 4 batteries that keep me running pretty well.
So did you install that yourself? Or?
I did.
Wow.
I do typically have somebody come over and like kind of check my work, but I love everyone here, but I did work in an electronics manufacturing company, so it's not solar, but it gives me about the same amount of understanding as a lot of these electricians and solar and the typical electricity that you're working with in homes and things. It's not all the same thing, and so I just find it's better if I investigate it and really understand it. So that I can do it myself, and then I'll usually have a buddy who is also pretty knowledgeable in it, be like, okay, we're getting ready to do this. What do you think? And we kind of work through it together. But for the most part, yeah, I change out my own batteries. I upgrade my own controllers and things like that. I mean, once you get it with the pluses and minuses.
So that helps you with your air conditioning. You could actually run an air conditioner, small AC unit.
I absolutely do not have an air conditioner. Okay, I am a big advocate, and if you are going to live in the desert and you choose to live the type of lifestyle that we're trying to live out here, I don't, it's a personal choice. But typically out here, to create a place that is going to be cool enough, that you're going to be comfortable enough, that you're going to want to stay in it for any significant time, you kind of create a prison for yourself inside of a little teeny tiny 10 by 12 foot something room that you got a bed in and maybe enough stuff to keep you like quasi occupied. And then when you come out of that, you're assaulted by the 125-degree heat, maybe hotter, in your trailer of the rest of it that's not being air conditioned. And you never really acclimate that well to that heat because you refuse to be in it. So I'm like a hydro cooler. So I have used the evaporative cooling methods. A lot of times I'll do like a sheet room or something. And then this year, you can get automatic sprayers. Those work great. And you put them on a timer so that they, mist the sheets, and then you have a fan in there. Now it all does require a particular mindset of patience, and then you kind of get in like in a meditative just solitary state, and just I use it for reading. It's a great time to read. We love those things. Although I do have a little ATV, but they're so loud. That's why I don't even like mine. Those are even louder. They are nice vehicles though. I bet they're really fun. Yeah. So but this year I got a pool. And I'll tell you, I really like my pool. I tarped it in, and I had it so that it's down. I took it down. Okay. So, a lot of people build ponds out here. Okay. And I am a big, I like things to be simple and easy. And for a pool or a body of water, for me, cleanliness is an issue. I want to make sure that I am not going to get some weird flesh-eating bacteria from my own pool. So it was chlorinated. It has a filter system. It all comes, a pool in a box, and you set it up. And then at the end of the year, I chose to take mine down. I suppose you could just tarp it and leave it, but it's big. It's like 10 feet round. So